In every story of faith, there's a moment when life feels beyond repair, when the weight of years, pain, and loss becomes too much to carry. For Scott, that moment came about 6 months ago. A heart attack changed everything. His body weakened. His spirit, already fragile, seemed to give way. The strength to fight simply disappeared. Soon after, a letter arrived from the county treasurer. It wasn't just a notice of unpaid taxes. It was a final warning. Their home, the place that held every memory of his family, was about to be lost. But, truthfully, Scott had already been losing that home for years. 10 years earlier, his wife, the love of his life, passed away in that house. Since then, Scott hadn't changed a thing in her room. Not one picture, not one folded blanket. Grief had frozen time, and for a decade, he simply existed inside its walls, a prisoner of memory, standing still while life kept moving. Jonah, his son, was only 12 when she died. Now a young man, Jonah had grown up with the residue of pain and grief always tainting his confidence. He didn't have a job, a driver's license, nor any plan for the future. Social anxiety made the world outside feel impossible. So he stayed where it was safe, where his mother's memory lingered, in the home he was about to lose. But as their world began to crumble with bills unpaid, faith uncertain, and a home slipping away, something unexpected began to happen. Their church invited them to join 21 days of prayer. At first, it was just a commitment, a routine. But what started as a church practice soon became a turning point, a move of the Lord working quietly in their lives. This is the story of Jonah and Scott, a father and son, each carrying years of pain, stepping together into a season of prayer. Over 21 days, we watched faith awaken where loss had settled. We saw hearts softened, hope rekindled, and two lives slowly drawn back toward the God who still heals, still restores, and still writes new stories even after years of silence. This is more than a documentary about change. It's a journey of grace, prayer, and renewal. A witness to what happens when the Lord begins to make all things new.
All right, this is day 19 of 21 days of prayer, and this is Scott, Jonah's dad, and he's been praying with us for many of the nights. Been pretty quiet, haven't said much, and tonight the conversation turned towards you. Jonah kind of turned towards you and asked you about spiritual stuff, and I asked you, have you ever asked the Lord for forgiveness, Scott? And you said, maybe, I don't know. And I said, would you like to, get this taken care of right now? And what was your response? What happened?
I said, yes. And I guess I'm now a Christian.
So that's awesome. Scott accepted the Lord tonight. He became born again. And now we know the Spirit has filled him, and we're just praying for great things to happen in his life and in Jonah's life. And also, you had a great protection from the Lord happen this week. Explain what happened, because it was really bad weather this week, and then what happened?
I was doing snow removal, and I was driving a pickup with a 21-foot trailer with 2 snow machines on it. We were going about 45 mile an hour on the interstate, and we hit ice. The truck started to go to the left and to the right, and the trailer swung around and hit the back end, and it swung all the way around, and we went sideways into the ditch. And if we would have hit dry ground, we would have flipped. God wanted us to live and saw to it that we went into the ditch real gently, and
then you drove out.
We drove out of the ditch, and we were safe. And
barely anything happened to any of the equipment.
Barely, just a couple of broken straps and maybe broken pins. And
one tail light, maybe.
One tail light, yeah, one tail light.
All right. Well, thank God that He spared you during that crash, and thank God that He spared your soul. And now you're going to be able to see your wife again someday.
Yes, thank God.